Alright, in my very first video, I asked a question about these water spots on the stucco wall, and I was just wondering what that was, and I have the answer. Basically, what was happening in that video, if you go back to my vlog number 1, in that video there was a bunch of like water spots at a very specific height on the stucco wall. I think I figured it out. So basically, we just recently have installed some gutters here, so you'll see a gutter system up above, and you'll see that beyond the gutters the water is falling. I don't know if it's clear on camera, but the water is falling and it's hitting the ground here, but the rest of the water is being channeled through that gutter. But I've basically concluded that the water that was on the wall in the first video was water that was coming down from the roof line, hitting the floor and splashing up against the wall, the stucco wall. And so this here just kind of really illustrates the importance of proper drainage around your home, which we didn't have originally. Proper drainage is something that is really underestimated in terms of home maintenance. This side of the house originally had absolutely no gutters. We had nothing, and so you can see here what the gutters are doing. It's keeping water away from the house. Most of the water hopefully is being channeled away by the gutter, whereas all of this fall off here is hitting this brick wall. But you can see most of the water here is staying away from the house, which is the most important thing. Over here you can see the water is pooling in this area, and you're going to see some degradation of the concrete. You can see here there's not a lot of water sitting here, so the concrete's still intact, but as the water begins to pool, it starts to eat away a little bit at the concrete wall. On this side of the house we have 3 circle drains. I'm just going to take you back here. 3 circle drains, but it's also important to have the concrete graded at such a level where the water actually flows into the drain. This one here is not quite graded as well as it should be, so the water is flowing that way instead of into the drain. This one here in the middle is probably the best graded one, where water flows down this divot here and into the drain. Over here we have a little bit of a problem. You see some of the water starting to pool here. So this is day 2 of an expected 4 or 5 day storm. From here you can kind of see where the deficiencies of the concrete grading are. Right there's a pool, and then right here there's a pool. So it's important for us to address this area where the water potentially could seep underneath the home's foundation on this side of the house. Now what I typically do is I take a broom intermittently and I start sweeping the water pools into the drains, specifically this drain. Here's a better look at some more pooling, but as you can see, the gutters are doing their jobs. All of this part of the house is dry. Up against the wall here, we're all dry. Part of this table that's underneath the awning here, dry. Alright, and as we come along here, right, this is the whole point of gutters, right? Dry along the house. Going along here, when we had gutters installed, we put a downspout here because we have a drain. Right, so there was a lot of water coming down this way. This is graded a little bit better, where the water comes this way and into this drain, and some of the overflow you can kind of see has gone that way, which is not ideal, but it's not bad because it is further away from the house. This is our garage, and then there is another drain that way. So here's a clear example of the jobs that gutters can do. Right, all along the garage here is dry, and then some of the overspill from where the gutter ends, there is some water, but I suspect that most of this water is actually from the overflow from this drain, this downspout here, not making it into the drain, and then this concrete being improperly graded. The water overflows coming down this way and out away from the garage, which is fine, but not ideal, but it's okay, right? But here's another case in point. The driveway here, all dry along the garage door. All the water again is being channeled away from the house. So that's exactly what we want to see. Alright, so I've decided that I am going to sweep some of this water away because we are expecting more rain, and I don't want this water to collect too much. So I'm going to make sure that this tarp is not overwhelmed with rainwater. So I'm going to start sweeping some of it away and down the driveway. And to be quite frank, this is kind of satisfying. Alright, this area has accumulated quite a bit of water, as you can see, and I'm going to try to get rid of as much of this as possible so that it doesn't overflow. If you follow my channel, you'll know that we have a fish pond underneath here. I did place some plastic roof panels over the fish pond because in the past, when it has rained a lot, the fish pond has actually overflowed, and I've actually had to come out here in the middle of the night and empty water with buckets out this way. But I don't want any rainwater to get into the fish pond, because that will affect the pH levels and the sensitive nature of the fish ecosystem. Right? We don't want the fish water to change in terms of its what's keeping them alive. So the last thing I want is for these fish to die based on having too much of an imbalance in their water. So you can clearly see here the grading of the this area here flows towards the house, which is not ideal. We want everything to flow away from the house. So in the long run, we definitely need to address some of the issues here in this area.
All right, so that's it for now. Gonna prepare for some more rain tonight and then do it again tomorrow.